And I'm glad you're here today for a brand new episode for the first time. Not that it matters to you if you're not on that platform, but I'm just sharing what I'm doing live streaming on Clubhouse as I figure out how to add more value. And people have encouraged me, Ramon, you do your Rundown with Ramon show at 7 a.m. live. And of course, many people hear it on demand. Why don't you bring it to the Clubhouse streets? So I said, let me see how that is. Maria, welcome. I'm live here doing the Rundown with Ramon show, Maria, and I'm glad you're here today. We are live streaming on video across platforms. We are live streaming on Clubhouse, seeing how that goes, seeing how we can add value. So welcome, welcome, welcome. We have a brand new show today. Our flagship topic of the day today is premium pricing must be earned, or why selling cheap is a horrible idea for businesses. And if you have questions, have comments, have thoughts, you can put it in a number of different ways on the Clubhouse app, on video chat, or just sit back and listen. That's our flagship topic of the day, talking about the power of pricing and why selling cheap is a horrible, bad idea. Also, we're going to touch on a ancillary part of the headlines of the day, flying on JetBlue business class to London, and why that does kind of have a thought about selling cheap, why that's important to keep in mind. Tesla is having a issue with a trademark. We're going to talk about Tesla, but more importantly, what that means for your business. Headline of the day, OpenAI is cutting back on side projects. Again, the headline of the day today from OpenAI, but what that means for your business. And last but not least, social media influencers can now run Washington Square Park. So welcome to a brand new day. I'm Ramon Ray, if you didn't know it. And hey, Alexandria Nicole, glad you're here on the video side. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad you're here. Thanks for being here today. And for the first time, live streaming on Clubhouse as well. For the first time in a while, I figured, let me test it. Let me try it. A variety of reasons I didn't want to do it and kind of, have the same programming as BWC, but people have encouraged me, Ramon, it's okay. Have multiple streams and it's fine. It's like radio. People will choose what they're doing. So Alexandria, thanks for being here. Greg Becker is here. Thanks for being here, Greg. Premium pricing must be earned, or as I put on Clubhouse here, why going cheap is a horrible idea. And Marla Michelle, I'm glad you're here today. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Not sure if you saw my FB Messenger post yet, but I just connected you to an amazing human named Summer. Hey, Denny is here in the room. Wow, wow, wow. Denny, honored to have you here, Denny. I'm going to bring you up here. And Denny's a multi-platform guy. I'm making you a moderator too, Denny. Depending on the time of the day you have, feel free to join on in and say hi and do the thing, Denny. So welcome. And Denny, let me know if you can just say hi to me, because I am live streaming, but I want to know how we sound. Let's see. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Hey, Denny. Wow, this is so cool. We are live streaming across more platforms. So, Denny, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hang tight. I'm going to do today's show, and then definitely would love to have you here. Tanya's here as well. Wow, this is hard because I don't want to hold my head down. So what I'm going to do next time is get a tripod and do that. Tanya's here. The room is filling up, which is interesting how we do this. So I'm going to go to the show, get the show done. Tanya, I made you a moderator. So, Tanya, you and Denny, as you see, good people with bios filled out. They're not bots or nefarious people. Feel free to bring them up, and we'll have Q&A through the Clubhouse session. We'll see how that goes as I test multi-platforms, and feel free to join the room as I experiment on using Clubhouse. But Tanya and Denny, you are now deputized as room moderators to check it out and see what it is for sure. So let's move on. Welcome to a brand new day. Let's start today's Rundown with Ramon show. And I promised y'all I would not stop the show, but there's a few people that I stop in my tracks for. Rocky is here. What's up, Rocky? Live show I'm doing here, the Rundown with Ramon show, Rocky. People have encouraged me to do it. I didn't want to do it, while other things were going on, but people said, Ramon, you should do it. So, Rocky, glad you're here today. I'll start the show, and then we'll have a bit of engagement. Today's my day where I volunteer for a small private school I go teach. So I won't be going much longer than 15 minutes, but I've been encouraged by my friend T.M. Hyman. I've been encouraged by Rocky. And you know what? I said, let me create a room and come back to Clubhouse and Force and see what that is. So let's get the show on the road. Ding, 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 ding. Welcome to a brand new day. Headline of the day today. OpenAI is cutting back on side projects in a push to nail its core business. Now, I'm not going to dive deep, Rocky and Denny and Tanya and Marla and Alexandria and Doris and others who are here and Greg. I'm not going to dive into OpenAI and what they're doing. That's not the point I'm making today. The point I'm making today is that it says they're cutting down on side projects to focus on the core business. What about you? You say you have goals, Rocky. You say you have goals, Doris. You say you have goals, Alexandra. You say you have goals, Marla. You say you have goals, Ramon Ray. But are you doing so many other things that are in essence that are a distraction to you and you probably shouldn't be doing? So OpenAI, this $1 trillion valuation, $1 billion valuation company, can say, you know, we're a bit distracted. We're doing all sorts of projects. We need to hone down, narrow down, and do better at focusing on the main thing. We need to do better in that. If OpenAI can do that, then my question of the day today, can we do that as well? Again, everybody, welcome to a brand new day. This is the Rundown with Ramon show. Glad you're here, live streaming on video platforms, live streaming on Clubhouse and more. First time doing this. It's a bit harrowing, but I'm excited to test multiple platforms because this enables people to talk to me. And hey, we may do this on a regular basis as we grow what we're doing on the Rundown with Ramon and grow the Ramon Ray ecosystem. So OpenAI is cutting down on side projects. The question today for you is, can you do that as well? Ding, 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 ding. Next headline of the day today before we get to our flagship topic. Moving forward here. Tesla is having a major issue. Tesla, as you all may know, is launching soon what's called Tesla Cyber Cab. But there is a problem. There's another company in France or somewhere. Where this company at? This company's in called Unibev. I think they're in France. Let me go back here and see where they're. It doesn't matter. They're somewhere over in Europe. Y'all Europeans can get angry at me. I don't care really. But they're somewhere. I think they're in France. Somewhere over there. They filed an international trademark. Now, here's the funny thing. Tesla is saying they're just a copyright troll. But let me tell you what the Wall Street Journal, hey, Ayanna, welcome to the Rundown with Ramon show. Let me tell you what the facts of the case are according to the U.S. Trademark and Patent Office. Days after Elon Musk mentioned Tesla Cybercab, this company filed a trademark patent that was 6 months before Tesla filed for the same thing as well. What's the lesson learned, Tanya? What's the lesson learned, Rocky? What's the lesson learned, Ayanna and Alexandra and Doris and Ramon? I'm speaking to myself. Trademarks, copyrights, these government-sanctioned legal documentation are important things. And you'd think, who's going to trademark cybercab? Like what innocuous, what a simple word. Now it's turning into a multi-gazillion dollar fight between Tesla, this mature, proper, full company. We know cybercabs are important to them, in this beverage company that's messing with them, and most likely it seems trolling on them and messing around with the trademark they want. Tesla's lawyers slept on it, and this is about messaging as well. Maybe Elon Musk shouldn't have mentioned the word cybercab, and they wouldn't be in the trouble they're in. Everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. We're live streaming on Clubhouse, live streaming on video across platforms on LinkedIn and Twitter and more, and I'm glad you're here today as we go live about 7 a.m. Every single day, Monday through Friday, doing the Rundown with Ramon show, an eclectic mix of topics and tips and news and ideas you need to start your day, live your best life. And now that we're on Clubhouse, people can easily unmic in a minute here and join in and give their input of the news of the day today. So, flagship topic of the day today is about pricing. Seth Godin entitles a recent headline he did, "The Tyranny of a Low Price." And here's what I wanted to mention, a few things about pricing. We're going to do this, by the way, in Ramon office hours on Thursday. And before I get to this, by the way, this episode is brought to you by Bitdefender, bitdefender.com/Ramon. Bitdefender is an amazing company that wants you to understand one thing. Cyber criminals are real. Cyber criminals want to attack, hack, and infect your data. They want to block your network. They want to hold your data hostage with ransomware. They want to get in between your supply chain, so when you click, it's really not you paying the real vendor you thought. You're paying somebody else. Cyber criminals want to do this. And Bitdefender's only goal is to say, hey, Rocky, you should have two-factor authentication. Hey, Marla, you should think before you click. Hey, Alexandra, is that really the website you want to go to? And we encourage you, get bitdefender.com, small business security software. I have it on my computers. I have it on my tablet. I have it on my phone. You should too. Go to bitdefender.com/Ramon and be more secure. This episode also brought to you by Ramon Office Hours. If you're hearing the sound of my voice and you're watching me on screen and you're like, you know what? Hey, wait a minute. Which Marcus is this? Marcus Black. What's up, brother? I'll be with y'all in a minute. Glad you're here on the Rundown with Ramon show, a multidisciplinary or multi-something experience. Glad y'all are here. If you're saying to yourself, hey, I want to work with Ramon. I want to know how's Ramon doing his video? How's Ramon doing his social media? How's Ramon have the mindset for entrepreneurship? I don't know everything. I'm not your finance coach, that's for sure. But if you want to know about marketing and branding and personal branding and sales and all these things, join me in Ramon Office Hours at RamonOfficeHours.com. This is where we, the people, are growing our businesses and taking it to the next level. You get the videos, you get the replays. We have a private community, and we are growing and adding value in Ramon Office Hours. So check it out, RamonOfficeHours.com, and join me. All right, we're already almost time for our open discussion and Q&A in a few minutes. This is going to be an abbreviated episode of Ramon Office Hours, by the way. I'm going to a school volunteering to teach a speech class 2 days a week for the next 10 weeks. And so on Mondays and Wednesdays, this particular episode will be a bit shorter. However, we're still going to wrap this up and talk about it. So here's what I want to touch on today. Many of you are trying to sell cheap. Selling cheap doesn't work, Marcus Black. Selling cheap doesn't work, Alexandria. Selling cheap doesn't work, Denny. It doesn't work for most of us. If you're a very large company and you have the economies of scale, like a Walmart, like Amazon, you can afford to sell cheap because you have a lot of people buying a lot of cheap things, and you can make money on it because the profit margins are razor thin. But for most of us small business owners, we should not be doing the cheap game, selling cheap. We should not. We should be doing premium pricing. This doesn't mean it has to be uber extravagant. You don't have to be the Rolls Royce of your business. You could. You may not even want to be the Mercedes or BMW of your business. You could. But maybe you're going to be the Toyota Camry of your business, if you get what I'm trying to say. So my point is, run away from selling cheap. That's the main thing I want you to keep in mind. Run away from selling cheap. That's the question of the day. That's the input. And welcome, Darren. Welcome, Sarah. Welcome, Jenkins. Welcome, Haruna. Welcome, Nevada. Welcome, Cherry. Welcome. We got a lot of people here joining us on the Clubhouse side. Glad you all are here today. My name is Ramon Ray, 5-time entrepreneur, 5-time author, sold 3 companies. And you can get to know me better at RamonRay.com, RamonRay.com. Get to know me better there. And if you don't want to miss out on anything I put out, you're like, whatever he's sharing is good, just click that link in the Clubhouse app, or you can go to zoneofgenius.com and sign up for our email newsletter of business tips. But here's the nugget. You need to ask yourself, how can I take what I have and sell it at a premium so I can make a better profit, so I can serve my customers better, and how can I match that to the customers that want to go with me on the journey and have a premium experience? This is what you have to do. And premium is contextual. My Genius Talks is only $99. That's not a lot of money. It's $99, but we're still providing a premium experience, and that price will go up. It'll probably hit up to $149 in some points. But that's premium, as it were. My point is, I'm not trying to do it for $29 or $20 or free. I am tired of that. I have left that ship. Everybody, this is a abbreviated edition of the Rundown with Ramon. Most of our sessions will be a bit longer, live every morning. Glad you're here. I love doing a live show. So with that, I'm going to read the question of the day, which comes from my partner, Alexandria Nicole. And then it's time for your questions. If you got questions you want me to answer, put them in the chat whether you're watching on video. And if you happen to be in the listening stage or the audience stage on Clubhouse, you get to unmic and ask your question live to me. And then we're going to wrap this up because I got to get on the highway and go get ready to teach in a school. Alexandria Nicole asked this question. Here we go. Here we go. What's been the best investment that's reared the best ROI, return on an investment? Alexandria, love this question. I've made quite a few investments in my business, but I think 2 investments I made in my business. One was hiring Chris Cushing to be my operations manager. Chris Cushing, some of you know her, some of you don't. Met her at Creative Con. She is an amazing operations manager, chief of staff. It's because of her I'm able to scale Genius Talks. Because of her, I'm able to scale Ramon Office Hours. Because of her, I see a clear path for the vision that I have for 2026. So that was one investment. And for you, it could be hiring somebody, not just a virtual assistant that's doing all the tasks, but a thought partner. That could be one investment that Marcus needs, that Alexandra needs, that Diana needs, that Marlon needs, that Rocky needs in their business. So hiring a operations manager. Number two, I joined Lamar Tyler's coaching program. I paid $30,000 for that, and it was worth every penny. It opened my mindset to new things, and I'm following in his serving the audience that I have. So, hey, everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. Christina Howard's in the house. I got to end this in about 4 minutes, but hey, we'll be here longer episodes. But with that, if you're here on screen and you want to ask a question, Tanya, Denny, Marcus, or Rocky, and if not, y'all can just listen. But you're welcome to unmic, say your name, and jump in for a few minutes. Then I got to run. Let's go and see. And if not, I'll keep talking.
Good morning, Ramon. How are you doing?
Rocky, hit me up, and then Tanya. Rocky, go.
Yes, Ramon, I just wanted to say that pricing thing hit me big because I've been stuck on the low end for a very long time.
It's tough,
when I
Rocky.
know my volume is on the other side of it. So what would be a good first step? Because I offer so many things and I do have a full-scale marketing agency. So I want to serve the local community, but I think I'm confused about which pricing tier should go up first.
Absolutely. And Rocky, tell people who you are and where we can find you. Rocky's amazing, everybody. Rocky is a ninja of marketing and sales and personal branding. And again, you may have heard me say, Ramon, isn't that what you do? Maybe, but it don't matter. Rocky's good people. Rocky, before I answer your question, tell people who you are, those listening, because don't forget, this episode will go on our podcast and more. So I want everybody to know who Rocky is. Talk to me real quick, Rocky, who you are and where we can find you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Hi, my name is Rashida. It's Rashida Griffin, but my nickname is Rocky. The business is Social with Rocky. I have a marketing agency in Williamsburg, Virginia. I've had it for 12 plus years, and I mostly do social media management, but also marketing strategy. I mostly focus on corporate women or mothers who want to scale their business while also having time for themselves and their families. And you can find me anywhere at Social with Rocky.
I love it, Rocky. Thank you so much. And Rocky asks, how do I start? So here's a few things I would say for Rocky. Let's assume that Rocky has an existing business, everybody, already that she's serving customers. You don't want to cut them off immediately because you'll lose your income stream. So you don't want to do that. But I would start to have a fresh new pricing, maybe even new wording. Say, hey, I'm Rashida. I'm your marketing coach. Our rates are $1,000, $5,000, or $10,000. Take your pick. Let's say in the past, Rocky, it was $99 and a chicken wing, pretending, giving some broad, having some fun here. So that's where it was. What's up, Cindy? Glad you're here. So you have this new pricing, new language, which are going for the new customers who go to you. Now you have your existing customers, and maybe you give them, if they're really, really low, you say, hey, listen, Ramon, thanks for being a customer. I've been serving you for the last 3 years at the 99-cent special. In 6 months, in order to serve you better and serve my clients, I'm going to have to raise that. But guess what? You got 6 months with me still. So that's the kind of thing, Rocky, I would do is start to serve the new customers, new clientele, find the people who want to pay quote unquote, and it's contextual premium. But for the existing people, don't be, you can like cut them off immediately, but don't do that. But I would just gently say, hey, listen, thank you all so much. We got new pricing and you all are this grandfathered in for 6 months or a year. Be very generous, but say, hey, listen, over time when we renew or when we renegotiate whatever, the new pricing is like this. Maybe you give a discount or not, but you kind of just start with the new people and start with that. Rocky, thanks for the question. And the next ones, we'll do this longer. What's up, Alexandria? But for this one, I'm going to end in about 1 minute. But Tanya, you jumped in. You could have wanted to say hi. You could ask a question, but in future Rundown with Ramones, we'll have a longer edition to serve. Hey, listen, people are here. What's up, Alexandria? Tanya, talk to me.
Good morning and congratulations. And the one thing that you talked about that I thought hit my heart was prioritization and what you're going to focus on.
Yes. And Tanya, is it true? Tell me where you struggle in it. I know for me, Tanya, I struggle with it all the time. I can get so easily distracted. Oh, Marcus says, because you can. It has a nice blue sweater. I should get that too. Rocky got a blinged out card. Oh, let me bling out my 1942 Honda CRV. But it's a distraction. I'm not Rocky and I'm not Marcus. What about you, Tanya? Talk to the people. Where any particular areas that you found a bit distracted for yourself or just in general, you need to do better?
Basically, in general, right now, I'm in the middle of moving and instead of me sitting up here packing, I'm sitting here listening, but that's great. I got the focus and starting my day off, but yes, I can be easily distracted, but I know You just got to know what the end is going to do for you,
Right.
and you got to keep working with the end in mind.
And let me just
Thank you,
explain. No,
Ramon.
Tanya, let me explain something to you. By the way, those of you who are here, we're going to wrap this up in about 10 seconds. Got to get on the highway. But those of you who have pink tickets and are new to this, it's new for me too, by the way. Never had my own room before. But feel free to click join and join the room. I'll be doing live programming like this, most likely in this house, unless some things change, which I'll talk about later. But I'll be doing live programming in this house on a regular basis. Dr. EP's in the house. Welcome, Dr. EP. Thanks for being here today. And many of my friends, all of you, those who are moderators and know good people, feel free to make other people moderators as well in future rooms. But Tanya, I will say one thing for you, Tanya. It's only a distraction. If you listening to Denny, it's a distraction. Rocky, it's a distraction. Alexandria, Marcus, it's a distraction. But if you listening to me, it's not a distraction. So you have permission to listen to me and don't pack. Listen, everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. One of the few people I laugh at my own jokes. That's just the way it is. I appreciate all of you. I got to run. I'm going back to the mothership. Breakfast with Champions. I'm going to get in my car, volunteer and teaching a speech and communication class today. I appreciate each and every one of you. Alexandra Nicole, thank you for showing up and being here. EYG event. You can check what Alexandria is doing. And listen, I'll be back tomorrow. I may just do this at 7 a.m. on Clubhouse as well. We'll see through this room at this season and this time. But be blessed, everybody. Join the room. And thanks for being here. And thank you all for, hey, Rocky, it's always good seeing you here. And I say that especially Rocky's been a long OG on Clubhouse. So it's an honor to see other people who have their own rooms, you know, being and seeing I can add value in mine. I'm going to close the Clubhouse room, close the video chat. Got to get my car out. Be blessed, everybody. And as Marcus Black would say, Marcus Black says this, because you can. He says it. I'm just riffing off him, honoring him because he's in the room. See y'all later. Later.